All right, my 5 top worst wigs I ever bought. First one was a synthetic, and honestly, it looked like Barbie hair. It wasn't cheap, it was actually quite expensive for a synthetic wig, and it was so shiny you could see me across the room. Second one was the high quality Russian silk top. I did my research on this one, and I assumed it was the best quality you could get. This wig was expensive, like all my savings expensive, and it came and it looked like a helmet. It was like a mushroom. It was white blonde, thick, heavy, coarse with I had to cut a big, heavy fringe into it, and I looked like I was wearing a helmet. So then there was the time I got scammed on Facebook Marketplace. So this woman contacted me and said she was an expert wig maker, and I thought that was like special treatment, like she made wigs to celebrities, something like that. I showed her photos of what I want. She said, absolutely can do that. What came in the mail was a joke. Like, this is someone who couldn't sew a t-shirt if they tried. No effort had been gone into this. They had no technical skill. The hair they used was, I think, horse's hair, if I was lucky. May even been some other animal. It was dry, coarse, knotted. It went straight out like that. The cap was so tiny that it wouldn't even fit my 2-year-old child. Like, the whole thing was an absolute joke. I took it out of the box. My mum was crying. She couldn't stop laughing so much. I was actually crying because I had just spent money on this thing, and it went straight in the rubbish. Like, there was nothing salvageable about this thing. I couldn't gift it to someone. I couldn't reuse the hair. It was so terrible. Then there was a couple of times where I tried to buy directly from Asian factories. I thought that's where all the big wig companies must get their wigs from, and that I could just buy direct and get what I want. And honestly, sometimes I'd open the box and the smell of toxic chemical was just instant headache. The colors were like orange root to hair, thick black stripes. And I was working at that time. I had met a stylist who was amazing. So I had said, hey, is there anything you can do with this? Can you color it? Can you do something with it? And that's where I started learning about different hair and things that had been done to hair. So on one time, he just put a very mild product on this wig and it literally melted. He called me on the phone. He was beside himself like, oh my God, I don't know what has happened. I've ruined your wig. And the hair was actually just like cotton candy, melted, coming off in handfuls from this wig. He was like, I've never seen this before. It must be the chemicals they use, but this is rubbish. There was some I bought beautiful Remy hair, and then as soon as we washed it, it went into like this knotted, matted mess. So the journey was long, the journey was hard, and it took me years to understand what makes a good wig, what makes some wigs look natural. And the market is just so full of scammers. Like, it's such a scrupulous market, the hair market. It's not like you can just go into a shop or go online and get something decent, Like, there's just so many terrible companies out there stealing photos. All the time I get now people saying, your photos are being used on this website, your video's being used on this website. I do posts on Facebook and there'll be someone commenting under there with my photo saying, oh, come buy from me. And they're just scamming people. I'm constantly having to report people to Facebook because there are so many people out there scamming women with hair products. So it's hard, be careful. But make sure you always see the face behind the brand. Is there someone you can contact? Can you do a consultation? Make sure you do your homework. And yeah, just be careful out there, ladies, because it's a dodgy world.